I'm Kate, I'm a therapist, and today we're going to talk about sleep. We've all had those nights, those really awful horrid nights that are full of sleepless tossing and turning. About half of us will experience short-term insomnia at some points in our life, and about 5 out of 10 of us will say that we're tired during the day, and 7 out of 10 of us will say we're tired by the end of our workday. While we are likely to experience insomnia, did you know there were 3 different types of insomnia? You could have 3 different types of insomnia. You could be struggling to fall asleep, which is the classic tossing and turning and rolling over and reading and watching TV and I can't sleep, and no matter what you do, you just cannot fall asleep. But you could also have second type of insomnia, which is waking up in the middle of the night, and this could be multiple times, and this really sucks. It could be having to go to the bathroom several times during the night, or it could be as simple as like your body is waking itself up, but you don't know it. This one's tricky because you'll wake up feeling really exhausted and being like, I had a full 7-8 hours of sleep. Why am I so exhausted? Well, get yourself a sleep study. You might be waking up in the middle of the night. Third type of insomnia is waking up too early. This is the classic waking up 10 minutes before your alarm goes off, which is terrible. We've all been there, but it could be more severe as well. You could be waking up an hour, 2 hours early, and that's just no fun. Or your bad sleep could simply be stress and you're just getting by. But what if I told you that there are some things you could do to get better sleep? Just like you have a routine with your hygiene or skincare, you should have a routine with your bedtime as well. Let's go over those tips and tricks and see if we can get you to a better sleep. First of all, you should really start scheduling yourself adequate bedtime. If you want 7 or 8 hours of sleep, you should really start at like maybe 9 hours. And that allows your body to get used to going to bed. You're kind of like Pavlov's dog. If you smell a cookie in the kitchen, you're obviously gonna get hungry. But if you start scheduling bedtime, maybe you'll also get sleepy. And as much as you're gonna hate me for this one, you have to wake up at the same time every morning. I know it really sucks, but you've got to learn to classically condition your body. Oh wait, I forgot to brush my teeth. So we've talked about what you should do, but what about what you shouldn't do? So let's put 2 minutes on the clock and we'll go over this real quick. Your screen time. Stay away from it if you can. If you have to, just adjust the brightness and turn the temperature down so that there's less blue light. Number 2, busy yourself with boredom. So you don't need to focus on things that are too stimulating. Don't check emails, don't check social media, all of that you don't really need. What you can do is read a book, engage in a hobby that's relatively easy. Number 3, limit alcohol. Simply put, alcohol breaks down into chemicals that inhibit sleep. So if you do drink, just drink before 6 p.m. Number 4, stop eating late night snacks. I know your body gets hungry, but you should really stop eating about 3 hours before bed. It's okay to go to bed a little hungry. Number 5, limit your caffeine. Obviously, I hope you're not drinking coffee at 8 p.m., but if you do, stop. If you're not, you may not know this, but caffeine has a 6-hour half-life. That means that if you have a cup of coffee at 12 p.m., by 6 p.m., you're still gonna have half a cup of coffee still in your body. Or if you'd rather do some meditative exercises, you could try something like progressive muscle relaxation. This is where you take parts of your body and you tense them up and then release them. We usually start all the way down at our toes, tense for 5 seconds, release, and then we gradually move up our body and finally into our shoulders and face and then release. This just allows you to kind of have some physical release and bring down that tension so you can go right off to sleep. And if that's not your vibe, you could try something like visualization. My favorite visualization is called the spiral technique. And if you'd like to give that a try, I can walk you through it real quick. Usually, you might have some stress or discomfort before going to bed, in which case I'm gonna ask you if that discomfort had a direction or energy flow that it was giving off. Like, what direction would it be going? Would it be going clockwise or would it be going counterclockwise? And once you've figured that out, just reverse the direction. Simple as that. Usually this will help melt away some of that stress and relieve this tension, and then you're on your way to better sleep. Or you could go with classic breathing exercises. I like to teach some deep breathing exercises. This manipulates the vagus nerve into really activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what we want when we're going into sleep. We want the rest and digest. To activate that, you want to make sure that you're exhaling for longer than you're inhaling. I usually like to do an inhale of 4, hold for 4, and an exhale of 6. If you don't like counting, my other trick is to do sigh breathing. It's exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna hold, and then I want you to audibly sigh, like loudest sigh that you could possibly imagine. This is gonna just relieve any tension, and it's funny, it's fun, so just give it a try. If you'd rather not make noise while you breathe, you can also try simply box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. This should essentially make the shape of a box. All in all, we've talked about a lot today. We've talked about routines that you can set up for yourself. We've talked about what you shouldn't do before bed. We've talked about things that you can do before bed, like progressive muscle relaxation, visualization exercises, and even breathing exercises. But even if you start all of this tomorrow, it's not going to be perfect. You might still struggle with your sleep, but that's why we call it a practice. You're going to have to practice at it, and eventually, over time, your sleep will get better. And one last thing, sleep is kind of like this guy right here. You can't just work harder to get more of it. You've got to kind of find your way into it and ease into that relaxation. And you're gonna find that the more you do nothing, the better it gets.